If I had to restart YouTube right now, okay, there are 10 things that I would have told my former self that you should have done differently now that I have almost 100,000 subscribers. So in this video, I'm gonna share what those 10 things are, and hopefully one of them will help you out. So let's get it. What's up, y'all? It's Terry Warford. I'm back for another video. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Remember to be thankful for your freaking life today, because you did not have to have it. If you need a reminder of how blessed you are, just turn on the freaking news. People are struggling just to eat and drink water, stuff like that. And here we are watching YouTube, making YouTube videos. So let's be thankful for our blessings, all right? I know this is not my usual studio location. I'm actually in Washington right now at Sony Condo. It is freaking beautiful out here. This view, like behind the camera, it's wild. We just got done ATVing and we got a little break. So I was like, you know what? Let me go knock this video out real quick, because honestly, it's been on my mind and I hope that this video is helpful to y'all. This video is sponsored by Artlist. I will tell you about them in a little bit. Honestly, I use Artlist every single freaking video, but again, I'll tell you about them in a little bit. But anyways, for y'all that don't know, I have been a full-time content creator for like 2.5 years. And I've been doing YouTube, social media overall for like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years. And in this process, I have made so many mistakes. I've learned so much. I've wanted to give up. I've questioned myself. Man, this has really worn me down physically, mentally, emotionally, just like anything else when you put everything into it. So don't let that discourage you. What I'm trying to say is I've been in this for a minute, and these tips I'm gonna share, honestly, I wish I would have done them a long time ago. And this is mostly off the top of the head. I did take bullet points of the stuff I want to talk about. The first thing before anything is I will make 10 videos, okay? I think everybody should have a YouTube channel or some type of social media outlet. I'll go into why in a little bit, but if you've been having that itch like, yo, I wanna do content creation, maybe I wanna try out YouTube, I think you should do it. I think you should start off making 10 videos, and trust me, these 10 videos, because you have no clue what you're doing, you have no clue what you want to talk about, you have no clue how to frame a video, how to, you don't know how to do anything, but the point is, do it 10 times. After you make your 10 videos, I want you to write down the things that really sucked during this creation of your 10 videos. I don't care if you filmed it with your phone, a camera you have, whatever the case may be, write down 10 things that really sucked so that we can go back to those later and I'm gonna explain why. I want you to think about, after you made those 10 videos, is this something that I still want to do or not? And the reason that I'm saying that is because a lot of us want to be basketball players, but to be honest, not everybody's meant to be a basketball player. I know everybody wants to be a content creator, and I do believe everybody should try some type of social media or content creation. And I guess I'll tell you why real quick. It's because it's free, doesn't cost you anything. And if it doesn't work out, the only thing that you did was, I don't want to say waste time, but you tried something new. And the reason that I think everybody should do it is because we are living in a time where, like, you can literally make an entire career off of being a quote unquote influencer or having a social media channel or anything like that. But even though I recommend everybody try it, it also doesn't mean that it's meant for everybody. So after you make your 10 videos, write down the things that sucked. And also I want you to reevaluate, like, is this something that you still want to pursue or not? And if you don't want to pursue it, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you do want to continue to pursue it, then I would have moved on to this third thing. Now, number 3, I would have done this earlier. My mistake is I didn't figure out number 3 until I was way down the line. And had I thought about this up front, it would have made my course a whole lot easier and more efficient versus me trying to figure it out as I went along. So if you decided that number 2, you still want to do it, the next thing you need to think about is, do I want this to be just a hobby? Like, am I just doing this as a creative outlet? Am I just doing this for fun? I'm doing it because, I just want to make videos. I don't really care what the outcome is. Or do you want this to potentially grow into something more? And I say potentially because maybe you start off as a hobby and down the road you find that, yo, I do want to take this serious. I think that's something that you really need to think about early, because this decision is going to shape your entire business model if this is something that you want to take serious. And let me just remind you, YouTube is a full-fledged business, okay? There's a lot of people that don't want to accept that, but guess what? This money that I make from YouTube is the same as somebody who goes and works a 9 to 5 in whatever profession that they do. The bills all pay the same. The money is the same. So don't get it twisted. YouTube is a business, and just like building any business, this shit is hard work. And a lot of people will start a business and fail out of business because they either, they couldn't see it through, which is not uncommon. A lot of people start businesses and fail the first couple times, but some people also just start it and then they give up because they don't want the work that's involved. So I'm saying all that to say, like, you need to decide early on if this is going to be a hobby or if this is going to be something that potentially you want to make more. Because if it's going to be a hobby, this is going to play into the next thing on deciding if you want to stick to a certain niche or if you just want to be a broad channel, because there's pros and cons to each of them, right? So if this is going to be a hobby, really doesn't matter what you cover, because the objective for you is not to grow or turn it into a business, it's just a creative outlet. And in that case, it really doesn't matter if you stick to a specific niche or not. You could have a lifestyle channel where you're just documenting your life and putting it online. Maybe you want to be able to go back and watch it later or whatever. And maybe you want to share that with the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's not going to be a hobby, then you need to think about the niche that you want to live in, right? And this is a double-edged sword, and I'm going to tell you why. This is a bridge all content creators have to cross. I still have to cross this bridge all the time. So if you stick to one thing, or one like wheelhouse, like general tech, for example, or cameras, for example, from a business model perspective, it's a lot easier down the road for a brand to say, hey, we want to sponsor you for X, Y, and Z video because we know you have a camera audience, as an example, right? But let's just say you don't have a niche. It's a lot more difficult for a brand to want to place a placement on your channel because they don't know who your freaking audience is, right? Niching down is the fastest way to grow, right? And it's the easiest path to making money through brand deals or something like that, if that's the business model that you want, because you don't have to structure your YouTube business that way. However, the problem with niching down is just like anything else in life. When you do something too many times, like as a creative outlet, eventually it becomes boring. So that is the downside of niching down. So you really need to make this decision early on from 2 to 4. Is this going to be a hobby? Are you going to take this serious? Do you want to niche down? Do you want to run this as a business or as a hobby? So you need to think about those things first. Now, if you decide that, this is something that I at least want to take semi-seriously or seriously, you are going to have to invest. Remember, YouTube can be and is a business. And with any business venture, you're going to have to invest in the business. Remember on number 1, when we talked about writing the 10 things down that sucked when you made those 10 videos, well, now is the time to spend a little bit of money to get rid of some of those pain points. Example, let's just say you found it very, very difficult to talk on camera. Well, maybe it's time to invest in a teleprompter. Or maybe you were outside filming with your iPhone and you found out that, it was hot outside and your iPhone kept overheating, the screen kept getting dim, which made it really hard for you to frame yourself. Well, maybe it's time to invest in a camera. Or a mistake I made, which a lot of people made when they first got started, is, okay, I want some music for my video. Well, let me go on YouTube and go to royalty-free, copyright-free music and download that and add it to my video and hope that I don't get demonetized or copyright claimed. All of us have made those mistakes. And this is where today's sponsor, Artlist, comes into play. So all that stuff we just talked about, they got all that covered. So they got the royalty-free music, sound effects, plugins, visual overlays, all that stuff. They got LUTs on there to help you color grade. They got AI voiceover to help you make other voices for your videos. And they have an AI image and video generator. And the image part just got supercharged with Nano Banana. Now, Nano Banana will let you type in whatever you want, or you can use one of the preset images from the drop-down menu, or you can upload your own image or images, right? And Nano Banana will let you create entire worlds with characters and all of that stuff. It'll let you change what people are doing, what they're wearing, where they're at, all of this stuff. And it will remember your changes as you build this world out. And the good thing is once you have the image that you want, right, well, you can move it over to the video generator, which is called VEO3, and bring it all to life. So honestly, this is freaking game changing, especially if you went out shooting and you forgot to film something, or maybe you just want to add some flair to your videos or whatever. You could use AI built into Artlist to really help you out. If you've never tried it before, there's a link in the comment section and the description. You can click on that and get 2 months free. And I highly recommend that if you're a new creator or even a seasoned creator, which you probably are if you're still watching this video, do not spend time, stealing assets, and you need to invest in what you're doing. Try it out. Let me know what you think. And thank you to Arliss for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you made it this far, the next big thing I would avoid, and I made this mistake, is when you're making videos, just shooting into the dark, hoping that one of them blows up, yo. Now, again, if you want to do this as a hobby, no problem. But if your idea is you want to grow this channel, you want to turn it into a business and maybe make money off of it or whatever, then you got to play the smart game, not the hard game, okay? So there's a lot of tools out there that will help you out when it comes to what videos should you make. The first thing that you can do is just go on YouTube and find creators that are similar and niche to what you're doing and see what videos are working out for them. You know, don't just, go after their bangers, but go through their channel and see what type of videos are successful for them, and then think about how you can put your own spin on that and maybe make your own version of that. If their videos are doing well, there's likely a reason why, and all you gotta do is watch it and kind of dissect what they're doing and figure it out, right? So that's a strategy. The second strategy is there's tools out there, like I said at the beginning of this topic, that you can use to find out what are people searching for, right? So you got tools like vidIQ, TubeBuddy. I use vidIQ all the time and it's free. They got a keyword explorer. Just go in there, type in whatever the subject matter of the video you're trying to make, and it will tell you like, yo, there's low search volume or medium search volume or high search volume. And you can play off of that, right? Because if it's something that people are searching for, you make a video on it, it's very likely that your video might pop up for them. So that's a tool for you. You could also go on YouTube and just type in example. You got to do this from like an incognito tab or a tab that's not logged into anything, and just type in the subject that you want to make a video on and just look at those suggestions. I think it gives you like 10 or 11 of them. And these are things that people are searching for. You can piggyback and jump on those ideas. The easiest way for new channels is to show up on search. So position your videos in a way where they're solving the problem. Maybe when you started making your first 10 videos, you might have went on YouTube and typed in, how do you do this, or how to make a video. Like, you could even answer those questions. My point is there's a lot of data that you can get on YouTube, Google. Use these tools to your advantage. Instead of just mindlessly making videos and hoping that one blows up, you can position yourself for success. Now, the next thing, come up with a consistent posting schedule and try to stick to it. And this is one of my challenges, right? Nobody says that you have to upload a video every single day, but when you are building an audience, it gives them something to look forward to when you let them know that, hey, every Tuesday at this time, I'm dropping a video. Then once you keep going, they start to expect this and they pull up. And this has a snowball effect, because when your returning viewers keep coming back to your channel to watch your videos, YouTube looks at that in addition to a lot of other metrics, but it triggers, for YouTube to send out those videos. So come up with a posting schedule that works for you. And it doesn't matter if this is once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever, but try to come up with a schedule that works for you and try to stick to it. This will do a couple things, not only feed the audience, but also keep you disciplined, constantly keep you uploading new videos, which constantly puts you in a position of growth and constantly puts you in a position of being seen, and possibly one of your videos popping off, or just building your audience in general. So try to come up with a schedule. Now, the next one you would think is common sense, right? And that is to not spend time on video ideas that don't work. And this sounds silly, but I need to say this to you, because a lot of times when you put a lot of time into a video, you get emotionally and personally attached to that video, and you want it to perform well. And when it doesn't perform well, you come up with 1,000 reasons on why it didn't perform well. And then you go try to do a similar video because you were so in love with this idea that you thought was so fire and that you thought was gonna work. And then you waste a whole lot of time trying to recreate it or do something similar, and it doesn't work again. Guess what? There's a reason why the video isn't working. YouTube gives you all the data. It will show you, hey, the click-through rate on your thumbnail was trash. It'll show you that the retention was trash. So people were leaving right after they started the video. So there's data there to help you figure out why something isn't working. Use the data. If you figured out that, yo, I'm introducing myself too long and people are leaving, stop. If you figured out that, yo, I'm making these videos on this topic and my audience just isn't resonating, or they're not, they're not in it, stop doing it and try something else. Don't keep wasting time on things that do not work. You know what they say, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different outcome, you know what they call you. Now, the next thing before I move on to the last thing is actually something that I still do to this day. So it's not something that I wish I would have done because I actually did it, but this is hugely important. Find a network of creators. I cannot stress how important this is. Very early in the game, I jumped into every mastermind group I could find. You can find them all over social media, Facebook groups, all that stuff, and start communicating with people that are in a similar niche or make similar videos to yours. And the reason why is you're gonna find that making videos is a very freaking lonely process because you gotta do everything. It's just you and your thoughts. You don't know what's a great idea. You don't know if it's a bad idea. You don't know if this thumbnail sucks. You don't know any of this stuff. And a lot of times, if you're left to your own critical thinking to try to figure out your problems, it's not gonna really work out how you want it to work out. So having a group of people that you can bounce ideas off of, that can keep you accountable, that you can discuss money with, that you can discuss strategy with, was so instrumental on my YouTube growth. Shout out to my guys, C-Kid TV, C-Kid Tech. He be changing his name 1,000 times. And CJ Knows Tech. Both of them have been so instrumental on me figuring out strategies, how to negotiate, all of that stuff. So find you a network of creators very, very early. And the last thing is about to sound so cliche, but don't quit. So many people start on YouTube and quit before they get to 100 subscribers because they don't get that immediate return of investment from making a video. And sometimes it seems like that you're losing because I just invested all of this time trying to make this video and nobody watched it. So do not quit. YouTube, again, is a business, and a lot of businesses take a long time to build. And social media, YouTube is no freaking different. If you quit, you will never know how close you are to your channel being successful. So if you're gonna do it, make the commitment that I'm gonna stick with this no matter what. I don't care how many videos I upload in a row that sucked, that tanked. I'm gonna stick with it because just like anything in life, if you work hard enough at something that you're passionate in long enough, eventually it will bear fruit for you. So anyways, I hope that this video was helpful. I want y'all to go hit the link in the description and at least try out freaking Artlist. I'm telling you, it's stuff on there that you won't believe that's available to you as a creator, and honestly it will save you so much time and effort and frustration. And then if you want to sign up for it, you got 2 free months in this video. Let me know which one of these comments to you was most useful, and if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you get notified when new videos go up. Until next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. Peace and chicken grease. Much love, y'all. Peace.